Yo, what's going on, guys? Frankietrades here, bringing you a new weekly stock watches to start off the year right. I know you guys love these, so let's finally start bringing these back. My new plan is to kind of bring you guys these not every week, not every Sunday/Monday, depending if we have holidays over the weekend, but to bring you guys these more often because I know you guys. I've actually seen a lot of messages that you guys really do love these watch lists, so I'll try to bring them more, not too often, so you guys still have a reason to come over to join the Stock Hours Discord. But without much more being said, let's go ahead and get started. So as far as earnings go for the week, there is not too much going on. You can see it's pretty empty, not too much going on. It is a 4-day week with the market being open tomorrow on Tuesday. So we have that. Next up is the calendar. Obviously Monday is closed, which is being today because of the New Year's. And then looking at the rest of the week, there really isn't too much going on. On Tuesday, we have PMI, 15 minutes in the market. Construction spending, 30 minutes in the market open. Wednesday, we have some Fed members speaking at 8 a.m. We have the ISM at 10 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday. JOLTS at 10 a.m. as well. So that's going to be pretty important. FOMC minutes. A lot of people think that's important. It's pretty much just a recap of what the last FOMC, or I guess what the Fed talk was with the BPS rate / hike. So that's pretty much it for Wednesday. And then looking at Thursday, we have jobless claims, PMI. Looks like that's about it for that. And then for Friday, we have something with the employment situation, factory orders, and the ISM index at 10. So we have those things to look forward to. It's looking like a pretty good week. Not too much news that could affect everything. So that's something to look forward to. We also have jobs claims and PMI composite on Thursday as well. Didn't see that as well. So yeah, that is about it for the news and earnings go for the week. Now for you guys' favorite part is the watch list. So first things first is, you guys know I like to talk about my indexes, is ES and NQ. So if you go on the 4-hour on ES, the reason why I go on the 4 hours is because we are at all-time highs. There's no reason to go on the bigger time frames besides looking at the levels we're already currently at. What I'm currently looking at is we've been stuck in a 4 to 5 week consolidation, so like a week consolidation of being in between 4,800 and 4,840. You can see on these last 3 days we struggled to break past 4,840. So what I'm looking forward to is this 4-hour uptrend that I found here. You can see that we are respecting it. We did end up breaking it on Friday, and we did end up wicking / bouncing off of 4,800. So what I'm looking for in this is I'm either looking for a bounce all the way up to 4,840 to see more highs in the market, since that's where most of the good plays are at. Saying that there are any bad ones, but I'm just looking more forward to the upside than I am to the downside. But I am looking at this consolidation break, or I guess this consolidation area on ES. So that is it for that. NQ, kind of the same story. Not so much a consolidation, but I am looking for the break here. You can see on the 4-hour, I do have an uptrend on the bottom side that we have been bouncing off of 2 times now. If you go on the 1-hour, you can see that the algo that we have for a subscription is we've been bouncing off of it on the 1-hour as well. I like it more on the 4-hour, but on the 1-hour, I saw the algo drew it on here as well. What I'm looking for on this is I'm looking for a bounce off this 4-hour uptrend or the 1-hour uptrend, whichever time frame you prefer more. I prefer the 4-hour one. I'm looking for a bounce off of this into more highs, so I need to see a strong close above 17,100, or at least a good bounce off of 17,000, or even this trend line that we have, all the way back up to 17,200. That is my target for NQ. If we come towards the downside, I am looking at this trend line break coming down to 16,900. So I'm looking at both sides. It just depends whichever side comes first. I'm not biased. I don't care which side comes more. Obviously, I would prefer, the upside because that is where most of the good setups are at. But I think, again, that's me saying that there aren't any bad setups. The downside is just, I'm better playing at the upside than I am the downside. So that's pretty much it for that. But going into the watch list, I am looking at, first things first on the main watch list is NVDA here. NVDA is probably been the biggest stock last year in 2023 for me personally. But recently, the last month, it has been, back in December, it has been a pain in the butt. What I'm looking forward on this is I'm looking at the 500 break. You can see we rejected here multiple times. So whenever we do get this break, it will be a special break for sure. And you need to be there to be able to catch it. It's all about the right momentum in the video. Every time we get up there, it just happens to reject, just happens to be one of those unfortunate plays. So the best you can do when it does reject off these key levels like this multiple times is just keep a tight stop loss and make sure your profit plan or your profit target is in check when you do catch these trades, because this will be a big break once we do get above 500 and have strong momentum close above that. So what I'm looking for on NVIDIA is I'm looking at 500, and then target is 502. You can see that we are currently further away from 500, but that is the only area that I like to the upside, and to the downside there's nothing that I like. So the only thing to really look out for with NVIDIA is this 30-minute uptrend that gives us room all the way up to 501.30. So I would be wary of that because we did reject near it on 500 on Friday. So keep that in mind on NVIDIA. Next up is Shopify. Reason why I do like Shopify here is you can see that we have a gap here. We have it going from 80 all the way up to 84.31 if you want to be exactly to the change, and we did reject here recently, I believe a little over 2 weeks ago. So only thing that I'm really looking on this is I'm looking at the 80 level into 84. Obviously, who knows if that can happen all in one day, but I am looking to catch a piece or chunk of this with Shopify. My target being 81 on this realistically if I were to take this trade. We are $2 away, so it is pretty still realistic for this to come this week, but I am looking at the 79.80 area as an entry all the way into 80, and then from 80 all the way up to 81 on Shopify with that gap being there. So that is my plan on Shopify. And then last but not least, with the main stock watch list is Tesla. Tesla has been pretty weak. It's been pretty weak compared to what the moves in the market has been making. This was a pretty sick trade on Friday that we did end up catching the stock hours. I believe Nor ended up catching around 40 to 50% off a signal, ended up making around 20 to 30%, so pretty close to him, but obviously I didn't get to catch the whole move as I'd like. But looking at the 1 hour time frame here, or even the 4 hour, you can see that I am looking at the 247 downside here, and after 247, I have room all the way down to 245 on that because of this consolidation zone we were in before we started to break out. So I want to be a little careful here. Don't want to extend my trade too much, but that is the area that I'm looking for because of how weak this stock has been. So that is it with the plan on Tesla. And as far as the side watch list goes, I only have AMD and BA. So starting with AMD, you can see as with the algo, it starts trend line all the way from back here. I'm not a big fan of there. I am a big fan of the trend line starting from over here because we have had multiple rejections from this area. But with AMD, the only thing that I do like to the upside is 151. This stock has been pretty strong as well with NVIDIA. They've been complementing each other. But if AMD does happen to come through, I am looking at 151 as a scalp all the way with room to 152 with how strong this stock has been. So that is pretty much it for AMD. Next up is BA. So the tricky part about BA, you guys know how much I love BA. The tricky part about this stock is you can see here on the 4 hour, we are stuck in a consolidation. We can't get above 265 and we can't get below 259. The thing with BA, I'm not a big fan of playing the downside, so I'm going to be ignoring if we do end up breaking from the downside. What I am interested on is if we can break above 265. My first area I would play this at is 267. My next area that I would scale into the trade, depending on how strong the break is at 267, I'd buy more at 267.50 and then ride this all the way up to maybe 268 or 269, depending on how strong the momentum stock on this is. You guys have seen before in my past watch lists or even live trades with BA, these are the best setups that I love on BA. Once the momentum and strength does come through on this stock, it is probably one of my favorite things to do. So my plan with BA is catch this at 260, start to scaling in this trade at 267 and judge your trade from there. I won't play it at 265. I won't play it at 260, 259, 258 because I hate the downside on BA because it lacks a lot of volume and the spreads are a lot nastier to the downside than they are to the upside. So it is pretty far away from the area I wanted at, but this is something I thought to show you guys on the 4 hour just to show you guys that, hey, this is a setup worth watching because this could be a big break out for this stock. So, but yeah, that is about it for the weekly stock watches, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you guys' New Year's plans are in check. I'm not a big fan of making plans myself for the New Year's and resolutions and all that because I don't believe in it. But without much more being said, hope you guys do well for this week and start the week off right and even start the new year right. But yeah, without much more being said, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it. And without much more being said, hope you guys enjoy the week and play it safe. So peace out.